In a place where everyone hid their power, nobody discovered his. But what happens when the weakest person in the room turns out to be the strongest person in the world? Comment where in the world you're watching from, then let's begin. The year is 1940s China. Shanghai exists in layers. The wealthy districts gleam with Western influence and modern architecture, while the poor neighborhoods sprawl in organized chaos. In the darkest corners of the city, one name carries absolute terror: the Axe Gang. They wear black suits and top hats, move in synchronized formation, and kill without hesitation. Their leader is Brother Sum, a man whose face shows no emotion, whose word is law, whose axes have tasted more blood than anyone can count. But there's one place the Axe Gang never touches: a slum called Pigsty Alley. The morning sun barely penetrates the cramped courtyard of Pigsty Alley. Laundry lines crisscross overhead like spiderwebs, dripping water onto cracked pavement below. The buildings lean against each other for support, their walls stained with age and poverty. Residents shuffle through morning routines, hauling water, cooking breakfast over small fires, arguing about rent. The landlady, a woman in curlers and a floral nightgown with a cigarette perpetually dangling from her lips, screams at tenants from her window. Her voice could shatter glass. Her husband, the landlord, is a thin man in an undershirt who says almost nothing, letting his wife's volume speak for both of them. Into this world stumble two young men. They're dressed in cheap suits meant to look expensive, hair slicked back with too much grease, cigarettes hanging from their mouths at practiced angles. Their names are Sing and Bone. Sing is lean, with quick eyes and a smile that doesn't quite reach his heart. Bone is rounder, softer, loyal in the way dogs are loyal, completely and without question. They're trying to be gangsters, failing but trying. Sing spots a barber shop at the entrance to Pigsty Alley. Inside, an effeminate barber sweeps the floor, his movements graceful and precise. Sing gets an idea. He'll pretend to be from the Axe Gang, scare some money out of these poor people, establish his reputation. Bone follows because Bone always follows. Sing swaggers into the barber shop, throwing open the door with exaggerated confidence. He demands money, dropping hints about the Axe Gang, making veiled threats. The barber looks terrified. Sing feels powerful. This is working. Then a young woman appears. She's mute, communicates through signs and expressions, sells ice cream from a cart. Her face is gentle, eyes large and expressive. She looks at Sing with something that might be recognition, might be hope. Sing ignores her, focused on his performance. But the barber isn't alone. Two other men emerge from the back, tailors, brothers who share the shop space. They're unimpressive looking, middle-aged, wearing simple clothes. Sing tries to intimidate them too. They exchange glances, then they move. What happens next defies physics. The tailors transform into blurs of motion, their fists creating sonic booms, their movements too fast for normal eyes to track. They're kung fu masters, hidden in plain sight. Sing and Bone are beaten so thoroughly, so completely, that they don't understand what happened until they're lying in the dirt outside, every bone in their bodies screaming pain. The landlady emerges, cigarette ash falling on Sing's face. She tells them to leave and never come back. They crawl away, humiliated, but word spreads. The Axe Gang hears that someone impersonated them in Pigsty Alley. This cannot stand. Brother Sum sits in his headquarters, a luxurious hall filled with weapons and wealth. His lieutenants stand at attention. He orders an attack. Not because Pigsty Alley matters, because disrespect matters. That evening, as sunset paints the slum in shades of amber and shadow, the Axe Gang arrives. Dozens of them marching in perfect formation, axes gleaming. The residents of Pigsty Alley scatter like mice, hiding in their cramped apartments, peeking through windows. The gang spreads through the courtyard, surrounding the barber shop where the tailors work. Brother Sum, second in command, steps forward, demanding the tailors show themselves. Silence. Then from different windows three figures emerge. The two tailors and a third man, a coolie, a laborer who carries heavy loads for pennies, whose body is pure muscle wrapped in simple clothes. He's been hiding too. The three masters descend into the courtyard. The landlady watches from her window, calculating. She knows what they are. The landlord knows too. Everyone in Pigsty Alley has secrets. The fight erupts. The tailors move like lightning given human form, their kung fu style creating musical sounds as they strike, bells ringing, drums beating, a symphony of combat. The coolie's style is different, brutal and overwhelming, using the pole he carries as both weapon and extension of his body. The Axe Gang members fall like wheat before a scythe, but there are too many. The gang keeps coming, surrounding, overwhelming. The three masters are outnumbered 50 to 1. They begin to tire. Then the landlady acts. She jumps from her window, 3 stories up, and lands in the courtyard with earth-shaking impact. Her curlers fly off, revealing her true nature. She's a kung fu grandmaster, her style based on lion's roar, using sonic power through her voice. When she screams, buildings shake. The landlord joins her, moving with impossible speed, his thin frame hiding tremendous power. Together, the 5 hidden masters dismantle the entire Axe Gang assault. Bodies fly through the air, weapons shatter. The courtyard becomes a battlefield of impossible physics and beautiful violence. The remaining gang members flee, terrified, reporting back to Brother Sum that Pigsty Alley is protected by masters beyond their understanding. Brother Sum is not angry, he's intrigued. He visits an underground prison where the most dangerous criminals in China are kept. He hires 2 assassins, the Harpists. They're blind, elderly men who carry a guqin, a Chinese zither. They look harmless. They're absolutely lethal. The Harpists arrive at Pigsty Alley at dawn, when mist still clings to the ground. They sit in the courtyard, place their instrument between them, and begin to play. The music is beautiful, haunting. Then it becomes a weapon. The sound waves become visible, slicing through the air like invisible blades. The 3 masters, the tailors and the coolie, feel the attack coming. They try to defend, but sound is everywhere, impossible to block. The music cuts through their defenses, tearing flesh, breaking bones. They fall, blood pooling on the courtyard stones. The landlady and landlord rush to intervene, but even they struggle against the sonic assault. The harpist's power is immense, refined through decades of practice. The landlady's lion's roar meets the guqin's deadly melody in a clash of sound that shatters every window in Pigsty Alley. In the chaos, the 3 wounded masters lie dying. The residents can only watch in horror as their protectors fall. The harpists prepare the killing blow, but something unexpected happens. Sing, watching from a distance where he and Bone have been hiding, feels something stir inside him. He doesn't understand it. A pressure in his chest, a memory of something he's forgotten. He takes a step forward. The landlady recognizes what's happening. She sees something in Sing, something extraordinary. She tries to signal him to run, to hide, to not get involved. But Sing keeps moving toward the fight, pulled by instinct he can't name. The harpists sense a new presence. They redirect their attack towards Sing. The sonic blade cuts through the air, moving faster than thought. It should kill him instantly. Instead, Sing catches it. With his bare hand, he doesn't know how. The sound wave freezes in his palm, vibrating, contained. Everyone stares in shock. Then Sing collapses, blood pouring from his ears, nose, mouth. The sonic damage is internal, catastrophic. He falls unconscious. The harpists, disturbed by what they witnessed, retreat to report this anomaly to Brother Sum. The landlady and landlord carry Sing inside. They debate what to do. The landlord, in a rare moment of speech, says they should help him. The landlady argues it's too dangerous. Awakening his power could destroy him or everyone around him. But looking at Sing's broken body, she agrees. They take him to a back room. For 3 days they perform a technique designed to unlock his chi, to awaken the power sleeping inside him. It's dangerous, potentially fatal, but it's his only chance to survive. Sing lies unconscious, his body convulsing as internal energy tears through blocked meridians, forcing open pathways that have been closed his entire life. Meanwhile, Brother Sum grows obsessed. 5 masters in 1 slum, and now this mysterious boy who could catch sound. He needs the ultimate weapon. He returns to the prison and releases the most dangerous man in China, the Beast. The Beast is an aging vagrant with unkempt hair, filthy clothes and bare feet. He looks like a homeless madman. He's the deadliest martial artist alive. His style is Toad Kung Fu, using brutal close-range attacks and nearly invulnerable defense. He was imprisoned after killing hundreds, including entire families of martial artists who challenged him. Brother Sum offers him anything he wants to serve the Axe Gang. The Beast agrees, but only because he's bored. He hasn't had a real fight in decades. On the 3rd day, Sing wakes up. He's in a room he doesn't recognize. His body feels different, lighter, stronger, humming with energy he's never felt before. The landlady enters, tells him what they did, warns him that his power is awakened but untrained. He's dangerous to himself and others. Sing doesn't fully understand, but he feels it. The chi flowing through him like electricity through wires. He can sense things, vibrations in the air, movements through walls, the heartbeats of people in other rooms. Before they can explain more, the Beast arrives at Pigsty Alley. He walks into the courtyard casually, scratching himself, looking around with vague interest. The residents sense the danger, hiding immediately. The landlady and landlord emerge to face him. What follows is a battle that destroys half the slum. The landlady's lion's roar meets the Beast's toad style, in a clash that sends shockwaves through the entire neighborhood. The landlord's speed creates after-images, but the Beast counters every attack with minimal movement and maximum efficiency. They're outmatched. Completely. The Beast toys with them, enjoying the exercise but not particularly challenged. He breaks the landlord's leg with a casual strike. He ruptures the landlady's internal organs with a palm thrust that looks gentle, but carries devastating power. They fall, defeated, bleeding. Sing watches from the window, something building inside him. Not courage exactly, more like inevitability. He can't let this happen. He doesn't know why, but he can't. He walks into the courtyard. The Beast notices him, tilts his head curiously. The boy from the reports, the one who caught sound. The Beast smiles. Finally, something interesting. Sing assumes a fighting stance he's never learned, his body moving on instinct, guided by the awakened chi flowing through him. The Beast laughs, a genuine sound of delight. Then he attacks. What happens next transcends martial arts into pure motion. Sing and the beast exchange blows so fast they become blurs. The air around them distorts from the speed and power. Each impact creates sonic booms. The ground cracks beneath their feet. They move through the courtyard, up walls, across rooftops, their battle reshaping the physical space around them. But Sing is untrained, raw. The beast is refined, perfected over decades. Despite Sing's enormous power, he's losing. The beast strikes him repeatedly, each blow calculated to cause maximum damage. Sing is thrown through buildings, crashes through walls, lands in the street beyond Pigsty Alley. He lies in the dirt, broken again, blood pooling beneath him. The beast approaches slowly, satisfied. The boy had potential, but potential isn't enough against mastery. Then something happens inside Sing. A memory surfaces from childhood. He's a young boy, maybe 8 years old, watching kung fu masters perform in the street. He's mesmerized, dreaming of becoming like them, saving people, being a hero. He saves his small amount of money and buys a kung fu manual from a beggar. The manual promises to teach the legendary Buddhist Palm technique. Young Sing studies the manual obsessively. When he sees a group of bullies tormenting the mute ice cream girl, he intervenes. He tries to use the Buddhist Palm technique. It doesn't work. He has no chi, no training, no power. The bullies beat him savagely, throwing him in the dirt. The girl tries to help him, but he pushes her away, humiliated. The beggar who sold him the manual laughs. It was fake, a scam. Young Sing, bloodied and broken, decides something. Being a hero is impossible. Being good gets you hurt. The world belongs to the strong, the cruel, the ruthless. He buries his dreams and spends his life trying to become a gangster, believing that's the only way to survive. The memory fades. Sing lies in the present, the same position as that childhood beating. History repeating. But something is different now. He has power, real power, and he has a choice. He stands up. Blood runs down his face, but his eyes are clear. The chi inside him ignites, no longer chaotic, but focused. His wounds begin to heal, visible in real time, tissue knitting together. His hair lifts from an invisible wind. The air around him shimmers. The beast stops, recognizing what he's witnessing. The boy is reaching enlightenment through combat, achieving what takes most masters a lifetime in a single moment of crisis. Sing moves, not faster than before, better, more efficiently. His strikes are perfectly placed, his defense flawless. He's no longer fighting the beast. He's dancing with him, matching him, understanding him, understanding him. The Buddhist Palm technique, which never worked as a child, erupts from his hands in golden waves of pure energy. The beast defends desperately, his toad style pushed to its absolute limit. For the first time in decades, he's actually challenged. He's actually in danger. His expression shifts from amusement to shock, to something like respect. Sing's final strike, the complete Buddhist Palm, hits with the force of a collapsing star. The golden energy surrounds the beast, lifting him off the ground, holding him suspended. The beast looks at Sing, their eyes meeting. In that moment, the beast understands. He's found his successor, someone stronger, someone better. The energy releases. The beast flies backward, crashing through buildings, landing blocks away in a crater of his own making. He lies there, defeated, but smiling. He's not angry, he's relieved. After a lifetime of being the strongest, he's finally free of that burden. Sing stands in the center of Pigsty Alley, steam rising from his body, the awakened master. The residents emerge slowly, staring in awe. The landlady and landlord, wounded but alive, look at him with complex expressions, pride, concern, recognition. Brother Sum and the Axe Gang arrive. Seeing their ultimate weapon defeated, they should attack. The power radiating from him is too immense. Brother Sum, for the first time in his life, kneels. The entire gang follows, bowing to superior force. Sing doesn't want their submission. He doesn't want to rule through fear. He tells them to leave, to end their violence, to find different paths. They scatter, the gang dissolving like smoke and wind. Days pass. Pigsty Alley begins to rebuild. The residents repair damaged buildings, sweep up debris, restore their small corner of the world. The three wounded masters recover, their lives saved by the landlady's medicinal knowledge. Sing prepares to leave. Bone, his loyal friend, asks where they'll go. Sing doesn't know. Forward. Somewhere. Anywhere that isn't the past. As they walk through the alley's entrance, Sing sees her, the mute girl with the ice cream cart. She's older now, but he recognizes her instantly. The same eyes, the same gentle expression. She recognizes him too. He approaches slowly. She looks at him, and through signs and expressions, asks if he remembers their childhood. He nods. He remembers everything. Her kindness, his humiliation, his choice to abandon heroism. She smiles. She reaches into her cart, and pulls out the Kung Fu manual, the same one. She's kept it all these years. She hands it to him. Sing takes it, understanding washing over him. She never blamed him for failing. She saw his heart, even when he couldn't. She believed he would become what he dreamed, even when he stopped believing himself. He wants to say something profound, something that captures what this moment means. But words aren't necessary. She knows. He knows. They walk together into the city, Bone trailing behind, chattering about opening a candy shop, about legitimate business, about their future. The Shanghai streets bustle with life, chaos, possibility. Sing looks back once at Pigsty Alley, at the place where he died and was reborn. The landlady stands in her window, curlers back in place, cigarette smoking. She waves, almost imperceptibly. The landlord appears beside her, also waving. The three masters watch from their shop, nodding respect. Then Sing turns forward, toward whatever comes next. He's not a gangster anymore. Not a nobody. Not even just a master.
He's himself. Finally, completely, someone who discovered that the strongest power isn't in your fists but in choosing every day to be better than yesterday. The sun sets over Shanghai, painting the city in gold and crimson. Somewhere in the distance, a Gukchin plays peacefully. Life continues, transformed. Before the final confrontation with the beast, there was a moment that often goes unnoticed but changes everything. Singh, newly awakened, stood in that back room while the landlady explained what they'd done to him. She spoke about Che, about the body's energy meridians, about power that most people never access because they're never pushed to the absolute edge of survival. But she also warned him. Power without wisdom is destruction. Strength without compassion is tyranny. He could become the beast, someone so focused on being the strongest that they forget why strength matters. Singh listened, but he didn't fully understand. Not yet. Understanding would come through the fight itself, through the moment when he chose not just to defeat the beast but to show him mercy, to demonstrate that victory doesn't require cruelty. There was also the beast's own story, hinted at but never fully told. He wasn't born a monster. Once decades ago he was a martial artist like any other, training diligently, seeking perfection, but perfection isolated him. Every challenger fell. Every fight ended the same way. He became so strong that no one could touch him, and that untouchability became its own prison. He sought stronger opponents obsessively, killing not from cruelty but from desperate hope that someone somewhere might actually challenge him. When no one could, he went mad with loneliness. Being the strongest meant being utterly alone. That's why when Singh defeated him, the beast smiled. He was finally free. Someone surpassed him. He could rest now, no longer carrying the burden of being invincible. The residents of Pigsty Alley each had their own histories too. The landlady had once been a renowned master, famous throughout China. But fame brought challengers, violence, endless fighting. She retired, hid her power, tried to live normally. She chose obscurity over glory because she understood that true strength sometimes means choosing not to fight. The landlord had a similar story. The tailors, the coolie, all of them were legendary martial artists who'd walked away from their reputations, seeking peace in poverty rather than violence and prestige. Pigsty Alley wasn't just a slum. It was a sanctuary for warriors who'd chosen to stop being warriors. That's what made the Axe Gang's intrusion so tragic. These people had hidden themselves specifically to avoid violence, and violence found them anyway. They broke their own rules, revealed their powers, and paid the price. But it was also what made Singh's transformation so meaningful. He witnessed people with immense power choosing restraint, choosing community over dominance, choosing to be more than their strength. And in the end, he made the same choice. Not to rule, not to dominate, not to become the next beast, but to walk away with the mute girl and his loyal friend, seeking something simpler and infinitely harder than martial supremacy, a life worth living. The final scene, with them walking into the city, carries all this weight. Singh is the most powerful martial artist alive. He could do anything, be anything, control anything. Instead, he chooses ice cream and friendship, and the possibility of love. That's the real mastery. Not the Buddhist Palm, or the perfect strike, or the awakened chi, but the wisdom to know that power is only meaningful when you choose, every day, not to abuse it. He started as someone pretending to be dangerous, and became the most dangerous person alive. But true mastery wasn't learning how to fight. It was learning when not to. This is the village of hidden warriors.